Salvete omnes! Let's get into our Roman time machine and go back in time to talk about Horatius Cocles. So in 509 BC, there was a king of Rome named Tarquinius Superbus, which translates to Tarquin the Proud. But proud not in a good way, in a bad way, in an arrogant way. And in fact, Tarquinius was not a Roman, he was an Etruscan. And the Romans didn't like Tarquinius Superbus. He was a bad guy. And after he was a particularly bad guy, after a long time, they chased him out of Rome and exiled him. So Tarquinius Superbus ran away and went to another Etruscan city named Clusium. And in Clusium, he had another Etruscan king friend, whose name is Lars Porsena. And Lars Porsena didn't like the idea of kings getting chased out of their city, and he decided to help Tarquinius Superbus take back Rome and become king again. And so he got his soldiers together, and they marched south to Rome. So they met the Roman army outside of the city on the other side of the Tiber River. And here you see the Etruscans, Lars Porsena, in blue and the Romans in red. And they had a fierce battle, but the Etruscans were much better prepared and much better fighters, and they quickly ran the Romans back into the city. And you can see across the Tiber River there is a bridge called the Pons Sublicius. And this is where the Romans were fleeing across to get back to their home. And there was one person in particular who looked at the Pons Sublicius and said, if we flee over this bridge, the Etruscans are just going to follow us over the bridge, and it doesn't matter if we die here or there. And he stopped on the bridge and fought, and his name was Horatius Cocles. And he commanded the Roman soldiers who were already on the other side of the bridge to take their axes and chop the bridge down so that the Etruscan soldiers couldn't follow the Romans back into the city. And he got two other Roman soldiers to help him, and their names were Lartius and Herminius. And there's some really great art of the three of them standing, fighting the entire Etruscan army, hoping to save Rome. So after Horatius Cocles fought the Etruscans and the bridge was destroyed, he jumped into the river and he swam completely armored to the other side, to the Roman side, and was able to survive. According to legend, the only wounds that he had was that he lost one eye, and that's where he gets the name Cocles, which in Latin means one-eyed. And so here's a really great picture of him swimming with his horse across the river Tiber to Rome. So Horatius Cocles basically saved the city. He kept the Etruscans on the other side. He made them lay siege to the city instead of just overpowering it and running in. And for this brave deed, there was a statue of him set up in the Comitium, and he was given as much land as he could plow around in one day. So here's another great picture. The Romans are destroying the bridge. He is alone fighting off the Etruscan army. So this is made famous by a poem that supposedly Winston Churchill had memorized and was very fond of. Then outspake brave Horatius, the captain of the gate, to every man upon this earth death cometh soon or late. And how can man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his temples, of his fathers, and the temple of his gods? So if you'd like to pause and read, here is a heavily edited section of Livy where I've sort of tried to make it short enough to fit on a screen, but you can read the story according to Livy here. Or you can read the unedited version according to Polybius here. And you can learn all sorts of wonderful things about the Pons Sublicius and Horatius Cocles. There should be some wonderful links in the video description.